college football season comes down to one game. Let's preview the national championship. The Ohio State Buckeyes will be taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish on Monday, January 20th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Atlanta, Georgia. I know what you're thinking. Two up-and-coming programs trying to get their name out there. Two underdogs asking for a shot against Goliath. No, but seriously, if you ask an alien name two college football teams, they're going to say Notre Dame and Ohio State. These are two of the biggest brands in collegiate sports to ever exist. The Buckeyes went 13-2 this season, with their first loss being on the road at Oregon, the then #1 team in the country, by 1 point. Like, honestly, if you're going to lose a game, that's the game to lose. It's not a bad loss by any means. On the flip side, they lost to their arch nemesis, Michigan, the last game of the regular season. That was a bad game. This was not a good Michigan team by any stretch of the imagination. This was a team Ohio State was supposed to throttle, and they just fell completely flat. However, we are one game away from seeing if that Michigan loss was a blessing in disguise for the Buckeyes. Because ever since that game where they were embarrassed on the field, they were booed at home. They have looked like a completely different team. During the college football playoffs, they have been all gas, no brakes, take no prisoner, I hate everyone, revenge, revenge, revenge. They have won all 3 of their playoff games by an average of 20 points, including against that Oregon team that beat them earlier in the season. Meanwhile, on the other side of the field, we have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish going 14-1 this season. They don't have a conference. They hang out with the ACC a lot, but they don't claim them like that. Notre Dame's only loss came against Northern Illinois, their second game of the season. That was a weird loss. No one knew what happened there. This is the first year where college football is having a 12-team playoff as opposed to 4. And honestly, if this was last year, neither of these teams would have been selected by the committee. The Northern Illinois loss is basically a deal breaker. And that Michigan loss that Ohio State suffered, yeah, no ma'am.